Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the wonderful world of Mars. I've been a bit busy since the last episode. Critically, I've researched deep scanning, which means that the scanner can now pick up subsurface deposits of metals, water, rare metals, all the handy stuff. Usually these deposits are pretty snazzy. So for example, this one, 2,300 metal. Water, 83,000 water. Really, really good long-term deposits. Problem is, I can't get to them yet until I've researched the relevant technology, for which I need to engage in more science. And for that, I've got the Martian Science Institute, just as soon as they get the rest of the concrete. And yes, I've managed to get myself a concrete shortage, which I actually need to solve rather rapidly. So I'm going to put in a couple of extractors on this patch here, and also get a second power farm set up over here. Which
research.
And of course the research as well.
Resources are low.
Yes, thank you, computer, I know. The other thing is that the mystery for this scenario has started up. And this is Reed Goldenberry setting out his vision for humanity across the solar system in the Beyond Earth initiative. And he wants my help. And in this case, what he wants my help with is a bit of a research project. To start with, at least. He wants me to give him 5,000 research, and that is repeatable. So I can run it multiple times. 5,000 research on a generation of 661 per sol. Yeah, that's a bit of investment. I hope it pays off. Anyhow, I'm also going to set up the drone printing so I can make drones locally, which is fairly important. And then off to the right here, I've got the option for the sanatorium behavioural shaping. So that lets me remove flaws from colonists, so I can get them out of their gluttony, their cowardice, their laziness, their hypochondria, and in fact with the behavioural melding tech, I can even get them with random perks. So woohoo! A more benevolent and productive iteration of 18th century methods. Which 18th century methods would those have been, I wonder? Perhaps best not to ask too closely. And for the fifth tech, let's go for... Let's have the dome bioscaping. Make sure the basic domes are a bit more comfortable to live in, because that's what I'm using at the moment. However, science! And also, I need more people in this dome as well. Just as soon as the apartment complex is finished, I've got the space for everyone to live in. I also need to put in a diner here, just to keep everybody reasonably happy. So, dome services, one diner, there we are, and as mentioned earlier, those concrete production drone thingies, automated factories, I suppose is as good a description as any. Let's set, I think I can set 2 up here. If I put plonk 1 down there, 437, and 1 there, 468. Okay, hook them up to the wiring. Get some more power cables in. Just run a connection off the drone extractor. In fact, I should just single length the cable there, should get both of them up and running, and also plonk down a couple of, well, a standard concrete depot will cover most of it. There we go, set 1, and also set up a couple of dumping sites. Down here should do, I'm not using this space for very much. So that's those taken care of. I'm also going to move the drone rover over. Actually, no, it's in a good position there, because it's in range of that concrete facility. Just shunt it to the right a little. And once it's in position, there we go, both drones are installed, but I'm not quite in range of the production base. So I'm actually going to have to pull the drone rover back a bit and settle for having them set and able to assist with some of the construction. The drones here, well, this controller's got 6 under its command as well, so I can hopefully get that built without too much difficulty. Alright, let's set up some more exploration. Just keep running the deep scans to catch up my backlog. And also get the drone explorer out to check on this anomaly down here. And hopefully get some goodies from that. And then my next problem, the dino's being built. I need to think about some more colonists, but I need to get this apartment built first. And again, it needs concrete, so let's whack that up to high priority. Hopefully that'll get the drones to focus. And how are we doing on the rest? Electronics, I'm actually running a surplus. Yay! In fact, I'm locally self-sufficient on everything at the moment. So let's crank things up to speed. Let's see where it goes. How much have I got left in this metal extractor? Daily production is 17. I'm going to take them off night shift for a bit, just calm things down. The actual deposit...
Sector scanned.
152 left. Okay. Let's put an extractor on this third deposit, just by way of preparation, because I'd rather not have an unemployed geologist base. They can get nasty. Have you seen what those guys can do with rocks? It's evil. So, production, metal extractor, and let's hook it up. There should do. Just need the one to get the whole deposit extracted. It's not like the concrete where the deposit's over a wide area and you have to have multiple extractors in order to get the full benefit. Speaking of which, how much is left on this one? Not a great deal. 745 minutes. Some of that's going to be off to the side here, so maybe another 300 or 400 to be had there. Concrete extractor in here is completely soaked up. Ooh, new tech's available. What do we got?
The barren environs of the red planet than meets the eye. A veritable treasure trove of undiscovered knowledge.
Yeah.
So
deep water extraction. Yay! Good, I can get to deep water deposits and carbon dioxide jet propulsion. If memory serves, that unlocks the shuttle hub. However, let's pull the Explorer back, get it charged up. Zoom out. Do I have another anomaly to check? Well, I have, but they're right the way out in the A and B lines, so leave them to it for a moment. Just keep running the rest of the scan. Is this high-rise built yet? Getting there. They've got the polymers done, and the concrete generators are bringing in what they can, so that's all handy. Also need to amplify that extractor. In fact, I'll amplify these extractors as well. Just kick up some extra polymers. And that one. I've got a power surplus at the moment, so I can afford to run amplification on most things.
Cable fault reported.
Okay, right. This is done, so I can bring in another passenger rocket. Okay, but before I do that, what do I need? Well, I could use 3 medics, as many scientists as I can get my hands on, and also engineers and geologists, and of course the no-spec guys. So, medics, science, engineering, geology. Let's set that up. And try and avoid the flaws. So, science, yes. Engineers, yes. Geologists, yes. And we'll bring the medics along as well. Okay, so back up on that. Let's have a look at the flaws. Drop everyone at the moment. Back it up. 24 colonists matching. Okay. Okay, I can go with that. What happens if I drop this down? Okay, I'm rejecting senior citizens anyway, because they can't actually work anymore, so they're a bit pointless. Middle-aged colonists approaching retirement, still able to work. And adult colonists, but you know what? I'm just going to grab 22 fresh colonists inbound. It doesn't really matter what they've got, it's all going to be useful. Especially once I plug them all into that dome. I may even want to bring in some more afterwards. Okay. Turbine blades are coming up. Get their
Sector
upgrades
scanned.
going.
Anomaly found.
Oh, anomaly. Right, let's get the RC Explorer out to check on that. Off you go. Away he goes. Look at him go. Yay! And slight power shortage during the day when all the factories are running. Okay for water. How am I for food? I am burning my food reserves. Right. I need to think about putting in an agricultural dome. Okay, that's not impossible. I just need a lot of spare space. And I was going to want to mine out this deposit anyway, so you know what? We'll plonk down a dome.
Sector scanned.
Doesn't really matter where. There will do. And we'll hook it up to the cables. But I also have to get it a water supply.
Anomaly found.
Power set. Oh, another anomaly found. Excellent. It should be up near the existing one. Oh no, it's right the way down the bottom. How did someone find that anomaly? I'm not even scanning that sector at the moment. Oh well, mysteries of Mars, I suppose. Okay. Still need to watch my food supply.
Cable fault reported.
And also handily because I have got a second power generation set up
Sector
coming in.
scanned.
It doesn't cut the dome off. It does, however, mean that you start bleeding power from the grid.
Breakthrough discovered.
Aha! The plasma rocket breakthrough. Assuming it doesn't explode, that will allow me to reduce travel time to and from Earth by 50%, so quicker turnaround on rockets. So, yay? Maybe? Speaking of rockets, colony rocket's almost here. So, once it makes orbit... There we go. Let's just bring it in. You know what? Here will do. Rocket coming down. Dome under construction here. Again, concrete's still the stumbling block. May have to move some universal storage across, but I think that drone controller's got range. Yeah, it has. It can pull off this depot here.
New colonists have arrived.
Woohoo!
Sector scanned.
Yay, colonists, go! Of course, that leaves me with an even bigger food problem, but I can kind of help it with hydroponics to an extent, but I really, really need to get some proper large-scale farms going, or, well, they're going to eat through the food reserves, and then they're going to starve, and then bad things are going to happen. Well, badder things. You know how this kind of game goes. The disasters tend to snowball. So check out there, and also stop.
Pipe leak reported.
Problems, right. Okay, let's get this water supply set up. First thing I can do is put in my moisture vaporator. And just attach that to... Well, make sure it's attached to something
Sector
useful.
scanned. Anomaly found.
There we go. Oh, another anomaly to check out. Chance it. I can always send the drone rover out to recharge it if need be. Also life support and water piping. Okay, try that again. Pipes. In this case from there to there. Okay, that should, in theory, get the new dome into play once it's up and running. I'll eventually have to plumb it into the rest of the system. In fact, you know what? Let's do that now.
Resources
Piping.
are low.
Concrete again, yes. What a surprise.
Sector scanned.
There we go. Okay, so that will...
Beyond Earth initiative.
Oh,
needs
dear.
Your help. Not with know-how this time around.
Okay, a rocket requesting supplies for the Rubicon project is headed towards Mars. What resources can we spare? What resources are they? What? 200 metal? Oh boy, right, okay. All hands
Battery low.
into the mines. So I am going to have to figure out how I'm going to do this. Let's start by configuring all hands to the pumps on the shift. And amplify that mining facility as well. And I probably need to shut down the machine parts factory, or at least cut it back off one of its shifts
Sector scanned.
in order to cut back on
Anomaly
production.
analyzed.
There's more to the barren environs. of the
Factory
Red
AI
Planet.
fueled extractors. Okay. Well, let's have a look. Factory AI. A work-safe AI performance. Factory performance increases 20%. Excellent. And fueled extractors. Production increased by 30% as long as you can keep it fueled. Huh. Okay. That will be worth having. Because fuel is not a problem. I've actually got a surplus refinery here. You just need enough of a water supply to keep the refineries going. Which, actually, how much is left in this water deposit? Oh boy. Right, I'm down to about 20% water. Okay, that could be tricky. So we're chunking up the metals as best we can. The other thing I could do is shut down the electronics factory temporarily and divert resources into... Well, I can export the rare metals, just get myself some cash. That might not be a bad idea, actually. Yeah, let's take the night shift and the main shift off.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
And allow the rocket to get itself some export. Where's the transport gone? I want you to pick up some rare metals and cart them up to the depot. Well, the Universal Depot. And in fact, oh wow, they've already got 30 rare metals stashed anyway, so you know what? Let the drones load up. Once they've refueled it, they can stock on some goodies to go back to Earth and flog them for money. Can at least keep the man happy, if nothing else. Rare metals, right. Drop all of that off there. Unload all. Okay, drone is built. Sorry, dome is built, rather. So my next concern is going to be... I need prefabs for moisture evaporators. Blast. Okay, I need to figure out how to build those. And I also need... Okay, it's an outside dome building. Fine, well, let's get the farms up first. Drop 1. And 2. Much. Okay, so they're building that. Okay, the Rubicon station rockets come in and arrive. We are chunking up metal as fast as we can. Could stick the colonists onto overtime, but I don't want to damage their sanity too much. So let's just bring down the rocket here, start loading it up. That's loading up for export, which is yay, good. And I need to very quickly also plan what I'm going to do with, well, housing first. How much? Okay, that needs 12 workers to run. If I put in a single apartment block, when I can remember where I left the apartment block, domes, homes, there we are. So a single apartment block gives me 24, like so. And also improve the hygroscopic coating. There we go. Then that gives me enough for 3 farms. also gives me 2 chunks left to put in some happiness buildings. So, chuck in 1 more farm. There we go. And then let's see, cover the basics as far as services go. So, 1 infirmary. A diner. A grocer.
We have a power shortage.
Great. That would be this dome again. Well, it wouldn't be the first time. Also, I need to think about getting that dome back to repair itself. And also build some more wind turbines. Those use machine parts, thankfully, so it's not a big problem. What was I doing? Oh yes, the diner. There we go, sorted. Right, so basics taken care of. Can call in a few more farmers to do that.
Contributions towards the Beyond Earth project
Woohoo!
have been received, and we have Reed Goddenberry's everlasting thanks on behalf of humanity's future.
That's nice. Well, let's get 5 botanists and 5 geologists, because Lord knows I need them. Okay, rocket is still being emptied out and switched around. That's fine. Put in some more power generators. Okay, so switch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They'll get that online in a moment. I do have a slight power surplus when the factories go quiet, but I'd rather not be draining the generators right now. Shame we can't export batteries, really. Okay. Apartment complex coming up. Let's get to Earth and call in the new colonists. So, specializations. Don't need engineers this time. Scientists are handy. Do need botanists. And security and medics. Okay, 13 colonists matching. Let's loosen the criteria a bit. So, check the... Don't really care about quirks. Doesn't work. Ha, right, well, the tourist trade is definitely not something we want to get involved in. So, what can I deal with? Well, I definitely don't want lazy or idiots. The rest... loners might be a problem, given that the dome's only going to get bigger. And... you know what? The rest I think I can manage with. So, back up on that. Launch. Launch anyway. We'll have the housing finished by the time they get here. It's not a problem. I hope. Aldrin Base project has advanced. Still trying to unload all this food. So let's get another food depot in. Just make it easy for the drones. Speaking of drones, I probably need some more. Oh well, get the drone fab researched and that will solve itself. Speaking of which, they're still loading up the metals. And passenger rocket is inbound with another 220 food. Which is ironic considering that those guys are specifically here to make sure that there is a surplus of the stuff. Let's plonk in a couple more food depots.
Select a sector to scan.
And then back out and queue up another few sectors. Also, I need to check on the remote control. Oh, it may not have enough power to get back. Ah, right. Start moving. I may have to send the hub vehicle out on... Actually, no, I may have to send the transport. I'm not sure I can send the transport out. However, we'll find out. Check resources. Metals will be going through the floor, of course. Actually, no, it's not too bad. The electronics are okay, but that will drain off slowly with maintenance, and I'm exporting rare metals for cash, so that helps. There's this power shortage showing up again with the base at full production. I've got enough in the power reservoir that I replenish during nighttime, of course. Yay for batteries, but it's still a nuisance. And the drone is out of power. Okay, well at least it's close enough that I can send the... Actually, can I send the transport? Yes, I can, right. Pack the drone, launch her up, let it keep work. We'll just replenish the transport. There you go, that should be enough to get home. Woo, he made it. Yay. Unload. Everything. Still need to get this transport emptied out. And the drone explorer is almost recovered. Right, and the rocket's here, so drop them down. Get the farmers on the go. Wheat, potatoes. Oh yeah. Good yield, but goes slowly. So I have to set up a proper crop rotation system.
Arrived.
So, potatoes, clover, wheat, potatoes, clover, and potatoes, clover, wheat. Should, in theory, operate a sustainable crop rotation system. Yay! I never thought all that history lessons I sat through in secondary school on the 4-field system would come in handy. The stuff you learn. Okay, how are we doing with these metals? Okay, decently tanked up. Right, they're getting there, so I'm actually going to pull production away from metals slightly. Shut down the night shifts on each of these. Get the workers back onto something a bit more focused. And just see where it goes from there. Have these guys loaded the rocket yet? Yes, it has. Except they still need to unload the fuel. God damn it. Also, I need a dumping site. Yeah, that will do. I also need to get some vaporator prefabs, or at least find the tech to get us online. I've almost got drone printing ready as well. Now, comfort on this one. Relaxation, luxury, social. Okay, let's just pull this off for a moment. Have a look at the dome services. So, relaxation, luxury, and social. Well, relaxation requires a garden, or at least something of the kind. So do that. Luxury and social. Social, you'd think the Okay, Dino does not cover it. The casino complex does cover both of those, but it takes a lot of electronics. Okay, the diner covers social, which just leaves luxury. So in this case, the art workshop. And also put in some universal storage. Because they are going to need a decent supply of polymers. Okay, sorted there. Drones are doing the best one load. In fact, you know what, let's give them a hand, bring the mobile drone contingency over here, focus them up.
Research complete.
And unloading of this rocket is continuing as well. Trust is not set to allow exports at the moment. That's actually fine by me. Okay, research on drone printing is complete. Handy, handy, handy. They're currently working on the behavioural shaping and melding, then dome bioscapes. And then I need to think about something else. So yeah, let's go with biome engineering. If nothing else, it'll make that dome over there very, very happy. And if need be, I can start pulling out hydroponics and replacing it with a standard farm option. At least everyone's chugging away. Okay, and we're getting polymers up there. Scientist? Okay, right, no, it's adjusting it to a reasonable portion now. That's fine. Second workship up on the research lab, try and get a bit more science going there now that we're no longer chucking out metals at a rate of knots. Finish loading up the rocket for Rubicon Station. And yeah, this isn't looking too shabby at the moment. Still need to think about that water
Sector
supply,
scan.
but
Anomaly found.
it's not critical yet. Let's get the drone explorer back out. Also queue up another sector to scan. Oh, meteor impact just came in. Could go for deep water.
Cable fault reported.
Ah, no. I thought I had deep water. And I need to research deep water extraction. That's the pest of it all. Well, I can do with hygroscopic extractors for a bit, but I need prefabs for those, for which I need cash. Well, I'm about to send a rocket loaded with rare metals back to Earth. Do I really want to sacrifice 100 food to get it done a bit quicker, though? Probably not. Right. So, farms are growing. I should now have a fairly generous food surplus. In theory, once they get these crops grown. Ha. Insufficient water.
We have a water.
The colonists are on the brink of
Oh,
dehydration.
great.
We need to figure out something quick before they die.
Yeah, well, view. Great. What just happened? The entire dome is offline? Alright, you know what? Shut down the fuel refinery. That does at least cut some of the water consumption. We have a storage. Well, we had storage. We don't anymore. Oh, and a new breakthrough. Okay. Right, call up some cargo prefab moisture vaporators. Yes, I'm dropping 2 billion on vaporators by way of a rush job. In fact, let's call in some drones as well. There we go, 20,000 kilos. Rockets on the way. Don't think there's much else I can do to stop this shortage. It drained the tank before I could solve the problem. But the only other thing I can do as a temporary fix is to put in another water extractor here. There we go. Hook that up quickly and then get vaporators in to support everything else. Cable. Cable. There you go. That should get that up. Then I want to get piping in. This is going to wreck the groundwater deposit even faster, of course, but it's a small price to pay for the colony not dying of thirst. Once it's up and running. Water shortage minus 3.7. We have a bit of storage, but need to watch that. Really need to get the vaporators back up. How's this doing? Okay, almost done, almost ready to get courage back to Earth. And okay, chunking out enough rare metals to maybe load up another rocket as well, but would leave me short, and well, I do need to keep the electronics factory running as well. Then again, the electronics factory...
Shortage.
Yes, I know. The rocket's on its way.
Cable fault reported.
Great. And the other problem, of course, is that I might lose the crops off the farms. And stored concrete is up to spec. Well, no one's gonna starve. Well, there's something. Yeah, definitely need to bring in more drones. Okay. Phew, right. Okay, gonna drop the drones. Okay, that extractor is out. Drop it all there. Put the drones onto this facility here, which gives me a bit of an economic boost. And get the vaporators very, very quickly plugged in. Problematic colonists, 51. Oh, crap. Okay, right. Time to get these vaporators plugged in. So that's 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, just keep it running along here. 9 and 10. Right, drones, go. Before everyone dies. Luckily these are prefab, so I don't need to worry too much about parts. Okay, minus 2.7.
We have a
Minus
water
1.9.
shortage.
Yes, I know we have a water shortage. We are about to fix the water shortage.
Needs more materials for the completion of its
great.
various projects.
Okay, so let's see. Aldrin Base just wants a hodgepodge of everything. Rubicon Station wants metals. Port Vesta wants electronics. And Spring City wants polymers. Well, polymers I can turn up pretty easy, but Aldrin Base, let's just split the difference for the moment and get this rocket
We have
back
a
up.
water shortage.
I know. Yep, we're good. Launch. Courage 1. Get back to Earth and cash in. And also quickly hook this setup up to the system. With a pipe and some cabling.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
Okay. Do I still have water shortage? No, I am back in surplus. Hallelujah. Right. Next concern. Alright, the rocket left. Which means they just sent another one over. It said 30 polymers, 30 electronics, 30... Okay, I can do that. That's easy. I've got that in storage. Let's run another export of rare metals out. In fact, you know what? Let's run 2. And Friendship is allowed to export as well. So I'm just going to take Trust off export, refuel it, and once it's unloaded, I'll set it back. I don't want to run too much of my metal resources back to Earth, but I do want to get the Drone Explorer to check out these anomalies. So start with that one, nice and close, and then on to this one, and then back to recharge on the colony. It's en route, so that all helps. And okay, Friendship's tanking up and waiting to pull its exports back. Really should switch the drones over to its to their new controller, but once I take the rocket off, they'll auto switch anyway. And also, speaking of polymers, yeah, hygroscopic coatings in play. Get the polymer factory. Okay, it's pretty good. Get the fuel depots. Whoa, I just lost drone coverage on, looks like half of the base. What the hell just happened? Cable break? Did a generator go pop? Looks like the entire grid just went down. Did the Stirling generators just take a hit? Huh. Not sure. Well, I can't afford to lose power to the water systems at the moment, or this is just going to be a series of cascading failures. Let's activate production there and there. So open both of those. That should get the grid back online, but why did it go offline? That's weird. I'm still running a serious shortage, but okay, most of that's probably these vaporators. Okay, assuming it is the vaporators, then I need to get another
Anomaly analyzed.
There's
what
more
have we
to
got?
the barren environs of the
Martian-born
red
resilience and micrograv medicine. Also neuroempathy. Empaths raise the morale of all colonists in the dome. Huh. Right. Research. Behavioural shaping still in play. Once I get that done, I should have some much better adjusted colonists. And if I have to reprogram them a little to get it, well, so be it. Right. Also, I am completely... Oh no, that's better. Still got plenty of machine parts. Thought I was out of resources there for one horrible second. Okay, let's get... Well, that's almost ready to go. That one is
Funding
ready
received.
to go. Woo, 750 million for a full load of resources. Also, get the drone controller clear. There we go. And mobile drones are now fully online. Let's drop another scan sector in and also bring in the rocket for Aldrin Base. So, they're nice and happy. Just load them up, pack them off out. Problem is I'm going to blow a lot of polymer. Don't really want to be running that much of a deficit at the moment, so luckily I don't need it for the wind turbines. But power surplus during the night again. And power storage immediately comes up, so I don't think I need to panic just yet. It's the factories that are tipping me over from surplus to deficit on power. So what I should can probably do, as far as doing it safely, is simply, simply, the man says,
They claimed our last living founder, spelling the end of an era for us all.
Doom, doom, da-dum, dum, da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. As I was saying before she so rudely interrupted me by dying, I can kind of mitigate the problem by just building some more batteries. Some more of these accumulators. And that should, hopefully, be enough to get through the day without causing any serious power problems. Also, let's demolish
Resources are low.
that. And just... Well, I know I'm going to be short of polymers anyway, so that's kind of expected. Also, the polymer factory is out of power. Okay, maybe I do need to build some more generators. Fine, I get the hint, game. Let's get started. Dunk. 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 There we go. Let's see if that does the trick. Run another cable, hook it all up. And that should, get everything plugged into the grid. Right, power surplus 89.2, generation 465.2. Should work,
Vehicle
and
battery low.
of course the drone. Oh no, it's the drone controller this time. Fine, hook it up.
Funding received.
Yay, another 750 million. Woohoo! Turning a profit at last. Well, maybe. I mean, I've only blown, what, $13 billion getting this far? Hey! For a colony on
Sector
Mars, that's
scan.
almost cheap. Yeah, wasted some scanner time. Okay, so those greedy sods from Earth are hoovering up all the resources, and they just left without so much as a thank you. Oh no, they're still here. I tell you, like, they're just hoovering up all the spare polymers. Well, fair enough. Let's get those over. And let me see, I'm going to scale back metal production a bit, I think. Got plenty of that stashed right now. In fact, that metal facility is actually out. So, dismantle it. That will hopefully get the workforce across into the polymer factory and give them something else useful to do. And as a consequence, how am I for fuel? 336, mostly consuming. Let's bring one of the factories back online. Oh, drones can repair with one. Well, that's fine. And maintenance requested, fine. So they'll take care of that once they're not running around doing anything else. News of sabotage at the Aldrin base has just made this public. Luckily, no fatalities. A setback. We will overcome. We will overcome. Does this mean I'm not getting paid? Probably, but we will overcome. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, farewell.